365 and Ustream.com. Just search WICR and like us on Facebook. Facebook.com/WICR Iona College Radio.
Hello, we're back on air. And we're going to be discussing the 2016 presidential campaign. And I think that it's very interesting that Ted Cruz has decided to throw his hat into the ring, so to speak, before any other potential presidential contenders have entered the circus that definitely will be the GOP primary. And on the issue of Ted Cruz, I like to say that Ted Cruz, he does speak with rhetoric similar to mine. He does offer an idea or platform that one would suspect that I might agree with. But when you look at Ted Cruz, all he does is he's all rhetoric, and he's nothing here. He has no heart or anything or any idea about how he's really going to bring reform back to the federal government and back to the American people, and how he's really going to go help the American people. All it is anti-Obama spewage. He doesn't talk about how he's going to create jobs. He doesn't talk about how he's going to help reform society morally. Doesn't talk about how he's going to go defeat Islamic fundamentalism that's occurring over in the Middle East. And doesn't talk about any real things about the budget, how we're going to expand our liberties in terms of the right to express our opinions here in a country where we see that the climate of expression has been limited, and dirt has been thrown upon it by the liberal mainstream media. And also, Ted Cruz doesn't offer any real narrative about how we're going to become a real competitor here in the 21st century. That's more and more becoming a century that is being marked by creativity and hustle and drive and ambition. And he doesn't talk about how we're going to use Silicon Valley or any of the tech companies, or how we're really going to get factories back to Detroit and Pittsburgh and everywhere else. He doesn't talk about any of these ideas. All he does is he campaigns on the hate that Americans have, and rightfully so, for Barack Obama's administration. And that ultimately won Ted Cruz a Senate seat from Texas, when he was a relatively unknown person that was just Solicitor General of Texas for 5.5 years. But I think that you need a president that's going to offer a real platform, who's going to be for the people and by the people, and who actually understands the people, and isn't going to be just some person who's going to just say what's going to be nice in the polls, or some person that isn't going to get people not upset. And that's why I support Ben Carson, because Ben Carson, and I hope I have the opportunity to go see Dr. Ben Carson over at the Westchester County GOP dinner later on this month, but or next month, and but I know that my two parents will definitely enjoy that, and I think that Dr. Ben Carson, he's really an exceptional candidate, because he isn't a politician. He's an American first. He doesn't care about nobility, at least it seems. He doesn't care about having a title before his name. He cares about helping the people. He's already had his career saving lives. Now it's time that he saves more lives as President of the United States of America. And it's really high time that we have a president, and I think that this is the common theme that we've spoken about on the show, that we have a president that really understands the American people, represents the sentiments, the expressions, the feelings harbored by them. And when you look at the 2016 Republican field already, you see Scott Walker. What is Scott Walker doing? Scott Walker's there, and Scott Walker's just flip-flopping back and forth on the issue of gay marriage, abortion, immigration. That right there, that's like Mitt Romney, someone who also lost. That's like John McCain. That's like all these other people that really, they become a victim of the political climate, where they listen to handlers, they listen to political columnists, they listen to the PR specialists who say, this is what you have to say. And, you know, it might win some elections, but this election isn't about winning an election. This election is about keeping America America. This election is about making sure that America remains numero uno, number one, the top dog, the best country here on earth. And America has this thing. It has a destiny, it has a fate to go be the best country. But we always have the will, the free will, and the power to go say, no, we don't want good things to happen for our country. We have the ability to go self-destruct ourselves. And that's what Barack Obama has done when he apologized for America being great. That's what Mitt Romney was leaning towards when Mitt Romney really didn't go full throttle and say, this is how it's going to be done. And we aren't going to apologize for it. It's kind of what happened with, it's what's happening with Scott Walker. A person who he doesn't want to air ads because someone might say something. And that right there, that's pathetic. It's a tragedy. It's downright disgusting. And it looks like our show is coming to a wrap, but it was nice to come on air today, and it was nice to once again talk to you guys about the real important issues of ISIS and the failing military in the United States, and really about what we can do to really make sure that we exercise our military powers in the right fashion in this country, and so that we don't see any more people jumping from the Twin Towers or a similar place like that because we failed to go target known wolves and lone wolves, terrorists, because we're afraid of hurting someone's feelings. Well, Dr. Ben Carson isn't afraid of hurting someone's feelings. He's hurt a lot of people's feelings, but he sure saved a lot of lives. Sometimes you gotta hurt some people's feelings to save lives. And no, I don't agree with Chris Christie on a whole lot of things, and especially his whole demeanor. But sometimes, as he says, you gotta tell people to shut up, and you gotta tell them to be quiet. And here in this country, unfortunately, the people being quiet, the people that are being told to keep their mouths closed, the people on the right side, and even them, in our Republican Party, we see a group of people that is unwilling to go talk about the issues plaguing this country. And if we want to move forward, we have to exercise our freedom, a valued freedom that many people, including our ancestors here in this country, that they died for. The right to go express what they're feeling here. And I think that also on the issue of religious freedom and the Indiana state law, it's time for us to come together as a country. For us really to stop pointing fingers and stop having bullet points on the issues. Stop having talking points that really antagonize each other. Let's have a civil discourse. Let's talk about the importance of faith in this country and why faith really made us the country that we are. Let's talk about why these people, why these statists and these atheists, or everyone else, why they want to kick God out of government and out of American life, American society and culture, American culture. And let's stop being so one-dimensional in that everything has to become a forum on Twitter. Aren't we able to have any real discourses on any issues anymore here in this country? Aren't we able to go speak our minds? Aren't we able to go say, hey, this is a complex issue, but we'll get through. We'll get through it together if we work on it. Aren't we able to recognize? Aren't we able to recognize that, evil is going to come home to roost because it's unchecked if we continue to not talk about the issues? And on the issue of the 2016 presidential election, let us not just support Hillary Clinton or Jeb Bush because they have the name brand or because they have the money. Let us go out there. Let us go support someone like Dr. Ben Carson that really, 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 really understands the American people. And with that, I would like to close the show and say and go Gales. Thank you. Thank you for listening to us today. And we hope that Pat can join us again next week. And we also hope that we continue this conversation as we move forward here in this country about the real important issues, like I said, because ultimately those issues matter to us. And I know that I enjoy doing my sports show, but we have to go talk about more than sports, more than bullet points, and we also have to talk about the issues. So signing off from here and saying go Gales, God bless America, and God bless you is me, Bill Maloney. And until next week, keep it up. God bless.